I can't believe I'm doing this, but get ready with me for school while I talk about things my exes did and I still stay. Okay, so number one, this was in like 7th grade, and none of this matters anymore. I'm not beefing, I'm just basically using this for clout. I'm just kidding, no. But basically, okay, when I was in 7th grade, I had this boyfriend, and basically he hugged a girl in front of me, and then he cussed me out because I just walked away from him after he did that because I was mad at him. But he was like, you can't just walk away like that, like what the fuck is wrong? And I apologized. Okay, this one is more recent, but basically he made a list of things in his life that have to come before me and sent it to me. Like whenever I would tell him that he wasn't like barely talking to me because he would text me like twice a day, like near the end of our relationship. And I mean, he was stressed out, so like I understand, but it's like he sent me something and he was like, number one, this comes first, and a relationship will never matter that much to me at this age. And I was like, I get it, but also like he basically acted like all over me in the first place. Like he was like super in love with me in the first place, but then he completely switched up. Like basically like the whole like love bombing thing, you know, that all the guys do. So it was like a sudden switch up and he just completely stopped talking to me. And I was just like, why did you just stop talking to me? So I was like really worried every night that he was just gonna leave me. And then he was like, no, it's because of baseball. And he was like, yeah, basically he just told me, he was like, you are not and will never be my priority. And he said that, and I quote. I wasn't really like asking him to like put all those things before me. I was just asking him if he could text me a little bit more. And then he was like, you'll never be my priority. And okay, so basically another thing, my little sister plays softball, and one time we went to go and watch the older girls play their like state championship. I don't remember what game it was, but my sister wanted to go watch, so I asked him, I was like, hey, do you like want to come with me? Basically, he had talked to one of the girls on the softball team before, and before me and this guy ever started dating, he basically, and this is my fault, this is my fault, taking full accountability for getting with this man, but he basically lied to me about her, and in the first place told me, I'm not talking to anybody else but you. And then I got to school and this girl was in my class and she was like, I'm going out with blah 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 tonight, and I was like, oh, because it was my man, or wasn't my man, but like it was the same guy that like just lied to me and said he wasn't talking to anyone else, but he was literally going on a date that night with that guy. Basically, that same girl played on the softball team that we went to watch together. Mind you, our schools are rival schools. Like, our schools are literally rival schools, and he hadn't cheered for our team. He hadn't, like, we were just sitting there talking, and we hadn't cheered for each other. And then the girl that he used to talk to comes up to bat, and he starts, like, going, whoa, go! And I'm sitting right there. And so okay, so one time, we were just, like, hanging out, and then he was like, let's go play Fortnite. And I had never played Fortnite ever. And so he started, like, putting it on, like, the game or whatever. And I had never played it. And then he starts going on this whole, like, rampage about how him and his ex used to play Fortnite together. And he started being like, I remember like when me and my ex were dating, like and this is the girl that he dated right before me, by the way. And he was like, yeah, like whenever me and my ex were dating, like we would like, I'd like go over to her apartment or whatever, and her mom wasn't home, so we'd chill for a little bit. You know what that means. And he just like said it to my face like it was. Anyways, it's fine. And then he was like, yeah, and then I got her so addicted to Fortnite that her mom bought her a PS5 for Christmas. And he was smiling like this man, like when I tell y'all, this man was like cheesing. He was like, yeah, and then her mom, like, just because of me, like, she got a PS5 for, I was like, oh my gosh, turn the game. I was like, yeah, we're not playing this game because you want to recreate your last relationship. You can go back and, like, get her back. Like, no. And so basically, I was sitting there like this, and I was like, And then I went to the bathroom and I cried. I didn't leave him, though. I don't know if I should say this one on TikTok because I feel like it's a bit odd. But I'm going to anyways because it's like at the end of the video. Probably nobody's watching this at all at this point, and even at all. So I'm just gonna say anyways because this pissed me off. So he asked me if we had a threesome, who would the other person be? And so I just replied, I was like, I would never do that because I wouldn't, that's weird. And then he was like, oh yeah, I was just like thinking like I'd do it with a celebrity or something. You would? Like what? That doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my Get Ready With Me, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. So yeah, now I'm like in a pissed off mood, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, but Have a good day, guys. Bye. Love y'all. Get ready with me while I talk about how I was kicked out a couple of days after my 18th birthday because I wanted to go to the water park. You're probably thinking the same thing that I am. Ashley, that's pretty ridiculous. Why would somebody kick you out for wanting to go to the water park? Like, what's so bad about that? Well, for a little bit of context, the person that we're talking about here in general was my father. I guess technically you would call him my stepdad. He's not my biological father, but for the majority of my life, I was lied to and told that he was my biological father. And then whenever I found out that he wasn't, turns out they lied on my birth certificate and said that he was. So not only me, but also everybody in the world was kind of under the impression that he was my dad, and he wasn't. This person raised me literally from the day that I was born up until my 18th birthday, until I was 18 years old. So unfortunately, this was genuinely my father. Okay, so this is the story of why my father kicked me out, because I wanted to go to the water park. Basically, I had just turned 18 and I had also just graduated high school. These both happened like within a month of each other. So my grandmother got me, my little sister's best friend, and my ex at the time tickets to our local water park, Splash Town, basically, Hurricane Harbor, whatever you want to call it, okay? It was like 30 to 40 minutes away. I had season passes for my birthday / graduation gift, and I wanted to go. I was not doing anything that day, and I asked my dad, who was, I don't know if he had been drinking that day or not. He was drunk, okay. But I asked my dad if I could go. He said no. I was like, why? Because obviously you have no reason. I'm 18. It's just, why not? Like, there was no reason why not. And he just said no and would not give me a valid answer. And that was pretty much my childhood growing up. So I was very, very used to hearing no with like no valid reason as to why, like no explanation. So I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna go to my grandma's and screw you, basically. So I went to my grandma, the same one that bought me the tickets. So yeah, I went to my grandma's and he was like, you know what, you can take all your stuff, leave your phone, leave your truck, leave everything that I bought you, basically, and go. And I was like, okay. So I did exactly that. I basically had most of my stuff packed up within like 2 days, and I left my truck and I left my phone, and I basically had to start over with everything. I moved in with my grandma for a little bit. These are gorgeous. But yeah, I lived with my grandma for a little bit after that. She is an absolute saint for helping me, but I could not live with family for any longer, so I only lived with her for about 3 months, and then after that I kind of went on my own and have been doing it on my own / since roommates, I guess, since then. Okay, this looks a little bit crazy, but I promise this concealer will fix it. For a little bit, my little sister did move in with me, and it was just me and her in an apartment for, I feel like it was a little over a year. That is a whole separate story in itself. I talk about my dad in past tense because he did off himself, so that's also an entire separate story for itself. If y'all want to hear it, I have no problem talking about it. I just don't really like, I don't know, I don't want to trauma dump on the internet if nobody really cares to hear it, I guess, because it is sad, but it's also kind of insane, and it's definitely a good story. So yeah, if y'all want to hear it, just let me know. He passed away a little over a year ago now, and I definitely feel like I am 100%. I am an extremely strong person, and it is because of him. He broke me down so much, and I had to like put myself back together. I had to fight for myself. I had to, I don't know, I felt like a soldier in that house. But yeah, I am the person that I am today because of it, and I am honestly grateful for him because of that. He was still my dad, like, as weird as that is. It's hard losing people, even if they suck, even if your whole life you wished they would be lost, because that's how terrible of a person that they were. When they do actually get lost, it's a really crazy feeling. There's a lot of guilt that you would not expect you feel. Like, why do I feel guilty? What the fuck? There is also a lot of anger too, you know? Taking your life is extremely selfish. You're leaving a lot of people, and it's terrible. So don't do it. Even if you are a crappy person, don't take your life. Just get better. I don't know. But some people just don't see that as an option, and
I just want to share my story with y'all. I have been keeping this to myself for a while now, but I want to share it with you guys and I want to put it out there because I know that I am not the only one. I am not alone. I was going through this since a very, very, very young age. I was in high school and middle school and elementary school dealing with this, and not a lot of my friends had the same problem, had alcoholic parents. And if I can relate to somebody and be somebody's support or somebody's anything, then I want to be that for y'all, and I'm not going to not tell my story out of fear of what anyone else could say or how anyone else feels. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do is for you, and you should not be worried about other people at the end of the day. Yeah, this has turned into a very, very, very random tangent, but just know that you are not alone and that things do get better. And whenever you think that you are in the darkest spot in your life and that nothing could possibly get better, that's when it gets better, because you are in the darkest spot of your life. All it could possibly get is better. So don't give up. If no one has told you, you are extremely strong. Do not give up. Fight for whatever you are fighting for. If you're in a similar position as me, if you have been kicked out, if you are young, 18, 19, 20, I'm 20 now. That happened whenever I was 18. Now I'm 20. If you are in a similar position and you are struggling, you're on your own, just know that it gets better and you just have to fight. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I've been fighting for years now, and you just have to continue to fight until there's nothing left to fight for. I don't know. That's what I'm doing. It's working, I guess, as well as it can. That's it for this video. I'm running out of time. I'm not done with my makeup yet, but I love you so much and thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know and I will answer them. If you want me to make another video like this, I can do that, answering more of y'all's questions. And yeah, just thank you for watching and I love you guys.
Time of how I scheduled an appointment with the OBGYN that my husband was seeing from Tinder, and I'm pregnant with our second baby. I've been like suspicious of him for a while now. Sorry, I'm out of breath. So I just went on to like Whitebridge. It's just that website where you type their name in and then it like finds all their online activity and any like secret accounts they might have. I found a secret Instagram account that he had never told me about. I looked at it and I was following all these different girls. I had a couple of pictures on there showing him as just this single guy, no family, no wife. So that's when I decided to look through his phone. I found that he had a Tinder. It was active. He had just matched with this doctor. She happened to be an OBGYN. I happened to be with child. I set the appointment. We showed up there and this man, when I tell you he did not suspect a thing, I swear to you. We walk in, I'm sitting on the edge of the table. She walks in, they make eye contact. She goes, "Hi, I'm Dr. blah, blah, blah. How are you feeling today, mama? How are you feeling today, mama? I'm feeling like you've been talking to my husband and he's been cheating on us." They definitely recognized each other. I just decided to let it be for the moment. I didn't say anything at the appointment. They didn't say anything to each other. I haven't looked through his phone since then. So if you have any diabolical ideas for how to get back at him or what to do now, let me know, because I don't really know what to do. So there's the story time. Answering a couple of questions from this video. The number one question I've been getting is, did I film their reactions? No, I did not, but I did post a story time about it. Second question is, how did I find out? I kind of talked about this in my story time, but I'll go more in depth here. But basically, I found out about a secret, out of breath. Basically, a friend had been talking at a girls' night about this website where you can just see like anyone's online activity. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting and fun to look at my husband's, and I was a little suspicious, but just be prepared for anything, because you never know what you might find. What I found made me want to leave him. So I went onto Whitebridge. Let me explain what that is. Just is like a website. You get a report of like all their like online activity, any accounts that they might have, and from there I saw his Instagram account. He was pretending to be single, so I decided to snoop through his phone. That's when I saw his Tinder and found the talk. Like the other common question I'm getting is, did she know I honestly think yes. I think I'm gonna go into his phone, find her number, and call her and confront her about it.
This is a letter to the girl that slept with my boyfriend the last 3 months of our relationship. I know last Saturday when you came up to me at the club trying to trauma dump about what he's put you through, you wanted sympathy, which I gave you because I get it. I know he was lying to you. I know that you're not an idiot, and I know that you know he was lying to you. And I know that you know we were still together, or at least at the very least messing with each other, and you never reached out to me. But you know what I look like, you know who I am, you know freaking everything about me apparently, and you couldn't find my anything and reach out to me and say, hey, are you guys still together? So let's bring it back. This girl walks up to me in the bathroom of my favorite club, and she goes, are you blank's ex? And I said, yes. And then she says, I've been seeing him. I look directly at her, I keep walking, trying to protect my peace, because at this point we haven't been together since June. Remember that too. So I'm just like, it really doesn't matter if y'all been seeing each other. I just want to go. I start walking, and then she keeps yapping behind me, trying to stop me. She goes, I've been seeing him since March. I immediately had to stop and listen, because I was with him in March. I was with him in April, May, June. And from June to December, we were still in contact. We were still talking. He wished me a happy birthday, told me he loved me December 5th, which was my birthday. And we talked about doing the do. Just keep this in mind too. So she's like, yeah, whole time, mind you, she's saying, he lied to me and said y'all weren't talking. But then she goes, but in June, I gave him an ultimatum. I told him it was either you or me. He had to choose one of us, or I was going to leave. But you didn't think we were together, and he said he wasn't with me? The fuck are you talking about? If you really believed that, then you would literally not think we were together. You wouldn't have to give him an ultimatum if you thought that we weren't together and you actually believed all the lies he was telling you. If you really fucking believed it, you would not have told him. And mind you, I've known this man for 3 years. She's known him at that point in June when she's telling my man to leave me, which he does. At this point, they've known each other for 3 months or so. I don't know, actually. Actually, this is just the information I have. Started talking in March, all the way till June, and I guess she was realizing, like, he still messes with me. We were literally dating, bitch. So I'm like, well, we've been together for a long time. Him and I have been through it, okay? I told her he literally, like, has love letters. I gave him back his love letters in June, and she says, yeah, I read those. He didn't throw any of your guys' stuff away. And you think he's over me? If he actively hasn't thrown any of my stuff away, he clearly talks about me and rants about me, and I'm on his mind. We're okay with being with someone that clearly isn't over his ex. I guess the ultimatum happens in June. He leaves me. He never stops talking to me, though. That's the difference. We don't go cold turkey. I'm sleeping with him June, July, August. The last time we talked about doing stuff was in December. I had full contact with him still till December. She was like, I did know that y'all hung out in October, which we did, and we hung out way more than just one time in October. But I guess that's the one time he told her about. He said he was catching up with me and that we didn't kiss. Like, that means anything. Why are you okay with being with a guy that is still actively messing with his ex, going to her house and catching up? What do exes do when they catch up? You know what I'm saying? We definitely kissed so many times. We kissed in November. He literally was like, when are you going to Alabama? Because I was going to Alabama. I said this week. He said, I want to see you before you go. He takes me to our local bar. We sit there. We talk about our future relationship that we still want to have together. He has a whole different video coming. This is just for the girl that sat here trying to sugarcoat it to me, saying I didn't know anything, or I thought y'all weren't together, like he was lying to me. No, you at one point or another realized we were still together. You realized we were still talking. And at that point, you didn't think to reach out to me and let me know? And then she says in October, he said that he finally told you about me. In October, bitch? You couldn't have reached out in freaking March, April, May, June, July, August, September to be like, hey, I'm messing with this dude, are you too? But you were okay with him hiding you from me till October. Okay, this is giving weekend lover trend. You are the weekend fucking lover. And you were in March, April, May, June, until he broke up with me because of you, and then I guess you have him then. But why is he still on my ass talking about he loves me, he misses me, every time he sees me, it's like a drug, basically, is what he's describing it like. He's like, it gives me a boost. Like, why is he talking to me like this? If he's so into you, and why are you okay with being with a guy that clearly isn't into you as much as you are to him, or he wouldn't be messing with his ex? And why didn't you talk to me? And guess what? This is what they always do to me, bro. They wait until the relationship's over, and then they find me and tell me. She's like, yeah, now you're telling me all this stuff so that we can kiki, and no, I'm not kikiing with you, and being your ally and all this. You are my app as well, because you knew the entire time about me. I don't even fucking, to this day, don't know your name. I even asked you your name that night, and I don't remember it. I don't know you, and you've known everything about me. You know history about me that I've never talked to you a day in my life other than the fucking club that night. And that's the only time you ever reached out to me. You know my face. I try to remember your face from that night. I cannot. I just know you have blue something eyes and colored hair. That's all I know about you. You literally you and your friend both pointed me out in the freaking bathroom. Clearly I'm in your guys' mouth when you hang out. You and him, that's probably like y'all talk about me. I know you guys argued about me all the time. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here healing from my breakup. Also, March, April, May, June, that's still like my man. I was with him dating. The whole time I didn't know about you. I didn't know nothing about you. I'm sitting here in a fucking la la land not knowing shit. This is because I was real nice to you that night, and I'm still really glad I was. But I've thought a lot about it since that night, and you are not in the right. You are not in the right. You are a fucking homewrecker, and you are the weekend lover. Like, that's literally you. You are the side chick. Your relationship with him was never real. And honestly, I'm realizing that half of mine wasn't real with him either. That's okay, but you sitting here, and she kept asking me, when's the last time y'all had sex? When's this? When's that? Why does it matter? That was my man for 3 years. Mind your damn business. And then I told her August, and she like looked real sad. Bitch, what do you think? What do you think? And she's like, I kept finding messages of you guys being like, I want to sleep with you and I miss you. Of course, because that was my ex of 3 years almost.
What do you think is happening? What do you think we're talking about? When he's in my fucking car in October, hugging on me, saying how much he missed me, how he needed to make this time to see me, like, and that's gross in itself, and that's a whole different fucking video, but I'm sitting here telling you you're not in the right. I give you a lot of sympathy that I'm taking back, bro. You deserve the situation you're in because you put yourself in it, and don't ever come up to me again. Do not ever come up to me, because I go to that club all the time. That's like, if anyone knows me, they know I go there. Do not ever come up to me ever again. Respectfully. And I'm still gonna say it with respect, because it could get real fucking disrespectful out here if you do. Do not talk to me ever again. I don't know you, I don't want to know you, and honestly, if you want him, you can have him. But at least fucking tell, if this ever happens again to you, it was some girl's guy, tell her. Tell her the first month you find this shit out. Like, why'd you wait until fucking now?
Hey y'all, so I'm finna give y'all a story time on how this girl found out I was the girlfriend, played like she was a girl's girl, and ended up sending me a video of him eating her cats. Disclaimer, no beef, nothing, just telling a story time. I don't want nobody to feel no type of way. It's what happened to me, and I could talk about the story, okay? Thank you. Alright, so let's just go and get ahead and get into it. So I was talking to this boy since my freshman year of high school all the way up to my senior year in high school. Everybody knew me and this boy was off and on. Like, it was a very toxic relationship. So at this time, I really couldn't remember if we were like on the best of terms, but I do know we were still dating at the point when this situation happened. So I'm just gonna jump into it. So the nigga is known to be a cheater. He cheated until he couldn't cheat no more. He cheated until the dang dingling could fall off. Like, that's how bad he was a cheater. So, but I'm my little dumb Dizzy's first lover, first, you know, took my virginity. Like, I'm stuck, I'm not going nowhere. Yeah, this is my nigga, and we're gonna die together. That was the mindset back then. So it's a random little day, y'all. I don't remember what I was doing, where I was at, but I get a text and it's like, hey, do you talk to such and such? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, what's up? She like, oh, I'm asking for my friend. My friend told me to ask, so and so forth. I'm like, how come your friend didn't text me? Like, she like, I don't know, I'm just the messenger. She sent me the girl's ad. By the time I could even click on the girl's ad, the girl had texted me. It was like, hey, like, you talk to him? Woo woo. So she's like, yeah, well, I've been picking him up from games. Like, she's showing the games. I was like, that's crazy. I had just gave him a hug before he walked out. Said his mom was coming to get him. Like, it was like stuff like that. She's sending me screenshots, such and such. So I'm going back and forth arguing with him while her, like, she's playing a girl's girl. She was like, if I knew about you, I would have not talked to him. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, that changed quick as fuck. Okay? So I end up just like believing my nigga, because she was like, they didn't do nothing, he tried or whatever, however that went, but they didn't do nothing. So I was just like, all right, like, just don't text this girl no more. Mind you, that was my first mistake, because this was a girl that he's been knowing since his childhood. So they've been off and on since 6th grade, according to her. I'm like, okay, bitch, I ain't never know about you, and I'm not from here, so I damn sure didn't know about none of this elementary, middle school, whatever the fuck it was, you know? So yeah, instantly, y'all, the girl becomes a ungirl's girl. She shows her true motherfucking ass. Like, I want this nigga, and I just wanted you to know that I'm fucking with your nigga. Like, that was her energy. She started trolling, posting little shit, posting in his room, just little ass shit. So one day, y'all, I was just so fucking mad about going back and forth with her, and I told her, like, I need that. So she was at his house, like, you know, on Instagram when you can send a little picture. So she sent me the little picture, tapped on it. I was like, all right, I'm on the way. So I get there like maybe 10-15 minutes later. I'm like, I'm here, where you at? She like, you have to fight on my time. Like, she was just trolling my ass basically. So left there, fought his, like, slapped his little ass. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, not playing with you. End up leaving. Whole time, y'all, he playing both sides. Like, he at the car, like, I don't know why this girl here, like, da 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 da. Probably telling her, like, I'm tripping, like, you know what I'm saying? You know niggas. So that situation ended up happening, y'all. Again, we both just trolling each other. Like, anytime I'm with that nigga, I post it so she could see, and anytime she with that nigga, she posted. Like, we just trying to see who really having this nigga for real. Like, that's how we was going back and forth on some childish, goofy, dumb, cornball, little girl shit. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so fast forward to this situation. So it's a regular little day, y'all. I think me and him had argued a little bit that day. I don't really know how it went, but I know that was my nigga at the time. So I'm chilling in the bed, y'all. Mind y'all, during that day, we had already talked about it. He told me he was cutting that hoe off. He unfollowed her on social media. He showed me everything that he was done with this hoe. Blocked her number, da da da. My dumb dizzy ass believing this shit. Okay, cool. So we on the phone, we chilling nighttime, da da da. Middle of the night, phone hung up. I don't know if he hung up, I hung up, but he had to hang up. So sleep in the bed, y'all. Sleep good as fuck, like good. I wake up, I just jump up, automatically grab my phone, get on Instagram. Usually I get on TikTok, scroll a little bit, then go to Instagram. But this day, I went straight to Instagram. Dude, her story right there, not even a minute ago. Like, I tapped her shit in seconds. The fuck? She got a boomerang in his bed. So I screen record that shit, send it to him. I'm like, how she, you know what I'm saying? And you say you don't talk to her. He like, I don't talk to that girl. Like, I don't know why she's boomeranging in my bed. Da, 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 da. As soon as he says that, the bitch laughs. I'm talking about she. Tell her we just had a good night. Call back tomorrow. Like, da 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 da. Call back in a couple hours. Da, da, da. Like, whatever the fuck this bitch was saying. Like, this bitch was back there like, we just had a time. Like, he just ate till he couldn't eat. Like, okay, she was trolling. I'm on the phone. Hello? Like, boy. Like, I'm saying his name. Like, boy, fuck, speak up. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm mad heated, y'all. I get to crying. Like, when I'm mad, I get to crying. I don't want no bitch to think I was crying because I was hurt, bitch. I was fucked up about it, but I was never too hurt to where I was just crying. Like, bitch, I'm mad, heated, ready to whoop your ass. That's what it was all like. I'm straight on that time it's happening. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I just feel like they both played in my face. Like, I needed that from both of their asses. I'm not even gonna lie. So, I'm on that hoe, hooting, hollering, whatever. End up hanging up, get on the phone with my homeboy. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm finna get my Uber over there. Like, your homeboy just did some foul shit. Like, cause this was like mutual home. So I'm telling him what just happened. He like, hell no, don't go over there, Sierra. Like, just come over here, let's smoke, and you go to school. Cause at this time I was still in school. Like, this was a school day. Mind you, everybody was in school talking about I'm small, petite, with a body. Like, everybody think shit was cute. No, bitch, I just couldn't eat. Bitch, I was depressed. That nigga was depressing. Okay, being around that nigga, I couldn't gain no weight. So, yeah, y'all, so my homeboy like, yeah, don't go over there. Woo, I'm fuck no. Like, I'm already looking at Uber prices, ready to get over. So, in the mix of me even venting to the homeboy, the bitch sent me the video of him eating her cat. I ain't gonna lie, bitch. The way I hollered and cried that day, bitch, I will never let no nigga get that out of me again. I'm not gonna lie. Girl, my heart broke. Like, it's one thing to know what your nigga just did, but it to be in your face, like, seeing him do this shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit tore my insides up. Like, I would say that bitch got that one. Congratulations to you, but yeah, nah, bitch, that tore my insides down. Like, that tore my insides up, y'all. So, hell nah, like, now I'm furious. I'm ready to get over there. So, I order my Uber, y'all. I'm about to go over there. Woo. I call, they finna drop him off, like, woo, whatever, cool. So, I just go to the homeboy house to smoke. His ass happened to be over there, y'all. He trying to hoot, holler, give me the little sad story about how he didn't want to do shit with this girl. Y'all know how niggas go. Wasn't going. Fuck ya. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That situation had really made me look at bro differently. Like, hell nah. But yeah, that's the little story time, y'all. I ain't going into a lot of details because some shit you just, you know. But yeah, that's the little story time. Bye.
A few months ago, a man called Joshua Okabeni stalked and committed numerous sexual offences against me in my place of work. The fear, disgust and humiliation that he's forced me to feel is something that I will never forget and will probably stick with me for the rest of my life. This is a very important video for me to make, as I know a lot of people on here are from my community, and I think it's important to especially warn young women when there's a dangerous man in the community. This is my sister Chloe, and I'm Sophie, and we're gonna sit and do this together, which is my emotional support, and I've got some notes on my iPad just so I don't forget any details. So for about 2 years now, I've been a lone worker. And since I've been working there was a man who would come in quite frequently, about once a week, and I always thought he was really nice. He'd always have good conversation. There was never really anything off about him. The only thing that was a bit off was he would spend a long period of time in the fitting room, but it's not illegal. It's, you know, it wasn't weird at the time. Another thing to notice is he would only go into the fitting room when I was working. He would never go in the fitting room or really come in the shop if I wasn't there. He would constantly leave the fitting room door slightly ajar as well, so when I would walk to the stock room and look back, I could see his face. It was like that wide. One day he asked me for an opinion on a pair of trousers when I was alone. So I looked over and he had the trousers zipped down and he wasn't wearing any underwear, so he essentially flashed me. The police said that they would find him because it would be easy to find him from the way he looks, and he would get a warning, but nothing came of that, so I felt very let down on that part. As well, I didn't have proof that the flashing happened, so it wasn't taken seriously at all. After this, he came into the shop way more frequently, about 3 times a week, always on the days that I was by myself. So I decided to make a closed sign to put on the fitting room door on the days that I figured he would come into the shop to stop him from using it.
And every time that he came in at the shop, he went into the change rooms pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
As well.
He would walk right over at the trousers, not even look, pick up a pair, just go straight in. I would find weird things in the fitting room, so we have a wooden chair in there and he'd face it so it was directly towards the mirror. Like I said before, he'd leave the door open, and then there were times I found tissues and other things on the chair, but we'll get to that. I made a closed sign ready to put on the fitting room door so that he can no longer use it, to prevent any stealing or anything happening in the fitting room that I wasn't aware of. As a 20-year-old female who was a lone worker, I did not feel confident or comfortable enough to ask him to leave, even after the flashing incident. It wasn't something that I was directed to do either, because of my safety, and I don't know this man, I don't know what he's capable of. Yeah, I didn't ask him to leave when I probably should have, but like I said, I was by myself and I didn't feel comfortable to do so. Also, the days that I was lone working were extremely quiet, so it was usually just me and him alone in the shop, which again wasn't comforting. It didn't give me the confidence to ask him to leave. On October 12th, he attempted to enter the fitting room, even with the closed sign on the door. He asked me if it was shut, and I said, yes, I've had to start closing it now. He then said, oh, okay, put the trousers back, and started pacing around the shop in a very weird manner. I genuinely thought he was stealing. The way he was pacing around the shop it wasn't something I'd ever seen before. It was very eerie. It was very... There just wasn't something right there at all. My gut was telling me to...
It's okay.
To check the CCTV. After closing. So I proceeded to do that. And I was videoing at the same time to show my sister, because she'd known about how weird he was, kind of from the flashing incident. So I was videoing at the same time, watching it, and watching second by second from when he entered the shop to leaving absolutely terrified me to my core. He had fully taken his penis out on the shop floor and proceeded to masturbate whilst looking directly at me. He then ejaculated and used shop bedding and even children's clothing to wipe the floor. Before he walked out, he told me to enjoy the rest of my day. What makes this even more terrifying is that over the past 2 years, I had seen him outside of work numerous times. During these interactions, he was always approaching me first, and made numerous comments about being a big believer in fate, and how if you keep seeing someone out in public, that's the universe's sign that you are supposed to be with them. And when he was saying this, I was thinking in the back of my mind, I hope he isn't talking about constantly running into me. He knew I had a boyfriend, and he even went as far as making up a story about a girlfriend in Finland and would ask me relationship advice. I wasn't feeding into his fantasy at all. When he was talking about fate, I said, I don't believe in fate. I think it's a whole load of bullshit to try and just take him off the scent. These comments felt very strange at the time, but knowing what he's done, they were clearly calculated, predatory and deliberate. This man has since been arrested and convicted. The CCTV in the shop caught the entire act. There was absolutely no way he could deny doing it. I was completely unaware at the time that he was doing that, so watching it all play out on CCTV was absolutely horrific, and just feeling completely humiliated and objectified is not a feeling that I can really describe. he's just a terrible person. That's all I can say, really. So he's since been arrested and convicted, and he received a measly 56 weeks and a £200 fine.
Joke.
Many people, including myself, feel this is shockingly lenient, considering his history.
I'll go into his history. So we looked him up after this whole thing went down. His name is Joshua Okugbeni, and he's previously served time for the attempted rape of 2 women 9 years ago. He initially got, it was 5 years?
Yeah.
Served 2? Something like that?
It was something like that, yeah.
5 years, he served 2. He stalked one of the women through the streets on her way to work, and he stalked the other from seeing her on public transport.
It was Seaburn Metro, and as she was walking up the ramp, he cornered her, attempted to rape her, to which he stabbed her house keys into his neck, and then he ran away with his pants around his ankles.
And then half an hour later, he tried it with the other woman.
Yeah.
So this is a very dangerous man. The courts have just not taken it seriously at all.
Yeah, the whole reason I'm making this video is because I know how many people work alone, commute alone, and live in the same area as me. You deserve to know when there's somebody dangerous and predatory in the community.
And he will be let out.
Yeah, he can serve about 3 months and be let out on good behaviour. He can never do this to me again. I've got a restraining order against him, but he's shown time and time again that won't stop him from finding somebody else to target when he is released. Please stay aware, trust your instincts, and share this with anyone who needs to hear it. And yeah, have you got anything else to add?
Yeah, just men in general need to start speaking up for this as well. I'm tired of hearing just women talk about this and survivors having to talk about this. This needs to be a conversation that's being had by everyone, because violence against women is just on the rise. Almost every single woman I know has dealt with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, another thing to add actually is, when I say trust your instincts, I convinced myself that he didn't flash me because I thought no one would do that. You know, people aren't like that. You read stories, but, you know, in this area, people aren't going to do that. In interview, he was asked, why did he only flash harshly of himself? To which he responded, because I wanted her to doubt herself, and I wanted to be able to come back in the shop to do it again. He admitted to masturbating in the shop over 5 times, but we've now confirmed it's definitely been over 10. If I had never trusted my gut and watched that CCTV, then God knows what would have happened. So please just, if something doesn't look right, or if your gut's telling you that something is wrong, please just listen to it. After this whole ordeal, it is going to change the way that I interact with people. He said he targeted me because I was vulnerable, being a lone worker, that I was kind to him. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. And just, can everyone just please look out for each other? Obviously not all men, but it's always a man. So yeah, that's all I've got to say on the matter. If anyone's got any questions, then obviously please feel free to message. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Okay, hello to everyone who is now new here. So last night I posted a video that was very difficult to make. If you haven't already seen it, it's very emotional, it's very honest, and it puts me in a very vulnerable light. I procrastinated posting this video and making it for the longest time because I didn't know how it was going to be received or how I was going to be perceived. I honestly thought people might blame me. You know, stupid things go through your mind when you're put in a very vulnerable position. So yeah, I posted this video on TikTok to my 7 followers. I thought, yeah, a couple hundred women might view it in the area,
But to come home today and see that over 400,000 people have viewed the only TikTok I've ever made, apart from this one, is honestly so overwhelming. I am just so grateful that people have viewed it, that people have shared it, and that people are talking about it. That's exactly what I wanted. It's also absolutely heartbreaking, the amount of women who have messaged me or someone in my family about the same man and their experience with him. And I think it shows just how broken our system is, because how many victims does this man need to have before the courts learn that he is a dangerous man and he should be behind bars for a longer period of time? I thought I'd also answer some questions that I know a lot of people were asking me on DMs. And the first one, which was so sweet, was people wondering if I had a good support system. And hell yes, I couldn't have got through the past few months without my family. They've been my absolute rock. My sister, oh God, I was so crying if I talk about her, but I love her to pieces. She is my ride or die. She's just a great lady, honestly. My mum she came into this guns blazing. She was not going to let this guy walk. There was just no way she was going to allow that to happen. And she did a lot of things for me when it came to police interviewing, with all the police evidence. You know, she was there. She took that trauma away from me slightly. So for that, I'll be forever thankful to her, honest to God. My brother, my dad, they're all just great. I've got a really great family, so I'm very blessed in that sense. And yeah, the next question that I was getting asked, The next question I was getting asked quite a lot was if I quit my job, where I work, and if I still loan work. So no, I didn't quit my job. I still work at the same place. And no, I'll never loan work again in my entire life. Unfortunately, the reality is it's just not safe for women, doesn't matter your age, just women in general, to loan work. This guy was not the first weird encounter I've had with a man in my place of work, but he is by far the worst I've ever had. And yeah, it's just not safe to do, and obviously after the whole experience I wouldn't want to, it's not something that I would ever want to do again. I decided not to quit my job because I absolutely love my job. It wasn't really a question of quitting, it was just a question of what can we do to stop this from happening again. So I am always working on shift with somebody else. We have local community police, even though I don't really rely on them anymore, but it's still somewhat of a comfort. And yeah, I love my job, and I thought, why am I going to let this guy take more away from me than he already has, for me to quit a job that I absolutely adore and do what? Just sit and wallow? Absolutely not. He's not getting that power over me. Another question was why I decided not to put his picture in the video. Now, this is a tricky one because I have no qualms with people knowing what he looks like, hence why I gave his name, because if you Google the name Joshua Okabeni, his face will come up, and yeah, so you can see what he looks like from that. But legally, I'm not allowed to post photos of him because I can get in trouble for that, and I don't want my video to get taken down, basically. Another question was, there was a lot of questions about the police and their lack of action. So I just wanted to clarify a few things about this, because after the flashing incident, me and my manager went to the local policeman who came into the shop and talked to me about what happened. But I think because I was very unsure of myself and about what I'd seen, he kind of didn't take me that seriously, which I'm kind of in arms about it because I know how unsure I was about it, so I'm sure that came across to him and he probably thought that it didn't happen. But even so, I still told him about all the times I was seeing him outside of work, and he himself said we call that stalking. So he was aware of that and still nothing came of it. He said that because the cretin is over 6 feet, very muscly, he's very distinct, he always had very colourful clothing on, like streetwear style, he would be able to spot him on a street and go up to him, give him a warning and advise him not to come back into the shop. Obviously that never happened because he came in more frequently after that. I'm just enraged, to be honest. Like, sometimes I'm upset and other times I'm just absolutely angry, which I am right now. Yeah, so I was definitely let down on that half by the local policeman because he didn't do what he said he would do. However, when I watched the CCTV footage after the man committed the act, I rang the police because I didn't feel comfortable going home without them knowing, because he had just left the shop just before closing. And the policemen who came out to my house were phenomenal. They were absolute angels. Genuinely, I don't have anything bad to say about them. They arrested him the same night. They were thorough, and yeah, they were really outraged after seeing the CCTV, which made it so much better, I think. And the detective on my case was also an absolute angel. He is just as outraged as the rest of us about the sentencing, but that isn't in his power. It's his job to collect evidence and present it, and he did his job and he did it well. So I won't hear any negative talk about him because he was great. It was more the community police that let me down. So yeah, the sentencing isn't in the police power. I think we need to remember that and be a bit kinder on that part. But yeah, I think that's most of the questions I can remember. A lot of the DMs I was getting were just showing support, which honestly means so much to me, and no one's comments, no one's reshares, no one's likes go unnoticed. I literally just sit and read all of them. So just again, thank you so much to everybody, and if you still haven't watched the video, please watch it, please share it. If you're a man, this is still towards you, please. Everyone has mothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many women who you can share this post with. And silence is compliance at the end of the day. So if you aren't warning the women in your life of a dangerous person, then what are you doing? So yeah, please just share my video around and stay safe, guys.
To say that I am absolutely fuming right now would be an understatement. I am hot. My blood is boiling. And I'm going to try to make this as short of a story as I possibly can, but there's no short way to tell this story, to say what I need to say. I'm going to start by saying that our legal system is an absolute joke. I was served with papers a year ago for my almost 6-year-old son. His dad came out of nowhere and decided he wanted to try to be an active parent. Great, but you've been non-existent for 5 years. You haven't paid child support. You've missed every single birthday. You haven't provided a single thing for him. Nothing. And now you want to come after me for visitation, and you want to do it straight through the court. You never reached out to me to try to smooth things over or whatever. You went straight through the court. This man has 3 children total. My son is number 3. He has since gotten married. Been married for a couple years. She has 3 kids. I don't give 2 shits that you're married. Godspeed. Good for you. She's got to deal with you, not me. But you have now taken on 3 additional kids And because they're your wife's kids, now you have an obligation to them. But guess what? They came before your 3 biological children. Okay. This court process took forever. We were back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I had to fire a lawyer and hire a new one because nothing was happening. My child's father kept pushing back. Oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Well, you've been non-existent. You've not paid child support. You've not provided a single thing. You have done nothing for my son's development and upbringing. And now you want to have a say-so in things? No. So we fought and we fought and we fought. We finally went to court at the end of May of this year. And guess what? He got what he wanted. He got everything he wanted. He got the visitation schedule he wanted. He got what he wanted, right? Well, let me give you the kicker. He's $25,000 behind in child support. He has ordered $495 a month, and so the court slapped on an extra $100 to try to get him caught up. So he now has an order of $595. He doesn't pay that. He was supposed to start or initiate reunification therapy through the place that he wanted to do therapy through. Okay, so he got to make that choice. I have to run it through my insurance that I pay for out of my pocket. Yeah. It is now, let me double check. Oh, October 28th. We had court 5 months ago. 5 months ago. No therapy has been initiated. Child support has not been paid. This is now, today, the second contempt hearing that has been canceled and rescheduled because they can't serve him the papers to come to court. This man does not have a real job. And I don't care how anybody feels about that. He doesn't have a real job. He owns his own business, his own lawn care business. I don't know if you guys can see outside. Oh, it's raining. Okay, so there's that. They can't find him to serve him. They can't get a hold of him to serve him. But I pay an astronomical amount of money for my lawyer while he got legal aid because he doesn't make any money. You claim to the court that you have $5,000 worth of expenses a month, but you only make $1,250 a month based off of your business. So I'm thinking you should be homeless at this point because how do you even eat? But you have 6 kids to take care of. And part of that $5,000 that you claim that you pay monthly for expenses, you added in there that you pay $1,620 in child support total for all 3 of your children. No, you don't. You don't pay that. So my lawyer is now saying, oh, well, we can get a private detective to look for him and serve him, but that's going to be about $600 extra. No, I'm not going to continue to pay for a lawyer, and I'm not going to continue to keep assessing additional fees because of the fact that you can't find him. Cancel the order, put a warrant out for his arrest, something. This is absolutely insane. This extra money that I'm paying for every single month for this lawyer is now taking away from the money that I have to care for my children. I'm a 34-year-old single mom with 2 kids living at home with my parents because I can't afford anything because I am constantly getting kicked while I'm down. Just keep on adding fuel to the fire. There's so many pieces of this story and I'm just like, I'm mind blown. I'm livid. I'm hot. I don't understand why we're just slapping these men on the wrist. Where is the accountability? What the fuck? I'm so fucking mad right now. It's not even funny. So now I have to pay for a lawyer for another month because I was hoping when we went to court, a judge would make him responsible for my legal fees since he started this. And he went to legal aid and didn't have to pay for a lawyer for something he initiated. Now I am being fucked in the ass again while you just slap on the wrist. What am I supposed to do? I cannot afford to go have a fucking private investigator look for his ass to take him back to court. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how people in this world, in this economy, in this country can survive this way. I am busting my ass for my children, and I'm literally not getting anywhere. I'm literally like a hamster in a ball. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just running in the same fucking spot over and over and over. And I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. And I'd like to say that my son is suffering. He's not. Thankfully, he's not. My son has zero desire to be in his life. My son, I've tried to address this situation with my almost 6-year-old as best as I can, right? He's almost 6. He doesn't understand. He doesn't know. But when I mentioned his dad, he said, I don't know who that is. I don't want to meet him. He has no desire to see him. And that is not me coaching him. I give my kids the freedom and the, openness to have their own opinions about their fathers, to, if they want to see him, if they don't, whatever. I don't push anything on my kids. But I tell you what, I also don't sit there and say, oh, well, your dad loves you. But no, we don't do that. We don't do that because if your dad loved you, he wouldn't be a piece of shit like he is. I don't know what else to do. I can do a whole series on this if you guys want, if you guys care. You probably don't. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm just... Anybody that has some opinions, or not opinions, because I don't care about your opinions. Anybody that has some good, valid feedback or input on what next steps I should take, I'm open to literally anything at this point because I can't. This is absolutely fucking crazy. And this legal system is a joke. So thanks for listening to me lose my shit.
You're 19?
Yes.
You look older. That's not a compliment. I'm telling you, you look troubled.
Good morning, TikTok. I am up because my adult son was at my door this morning harassing me. He called me at 12:40 a.m. this morning, crying, asking me, can he come back to my house? I've allowed him to live with me for 3 years. Rent-free, food-free, and just occupying space. He has had job after job. He gets them, he quits them. He gets pissed off because something happens, and he just quits because he feels like he has some place to stay and lay his head until he decides he wants to work again. Anybody who knows me know that I have put up with my fair share of heartache from my son. Last Friday, I decided enough is enough for me. 35 years old. I've done more than most would do. And this is just years and years of emotional and verbal abuse from my son. Calling me out my name, spitting in my face. I can't do it anymore. So back to this morning. He called me. I'm coming home. I can't be here. There's no food. It's cold. I'm freezing. I'm coming home. Not realizing that he doesn't have a home here anymore because I put him out. But here he comes. He pulls up in my driveway and parked diagonally. Like, I guess if I were to come out, I can't get out of my own driveway. And then he sits in the car. He sits in the car till 5 o'clock this morning, which I guess his muscle memory must have kicked in, that's the time I usually get up to get ready for work, because I work 12-hour shifts. I do 12-hour shifts. I work 4 days a week. So when I get home, I'm tired. And did I mention my son was 35 years old? Yeah, he's 35 years old. So he gets up and proceeds to come and ring my doorbell. My dog starts barking, who cannot stand him because she hates the way that he yells at me. And I feel like my dog, she's a pit terrier, and she's a very protective dog. And if you come at me, she's going to tear your ass up. because she's done it before when I was attacked by someone, another family member. And so he proceeds to ring the doorbell. I'm watching him on the camera. He's bent over, breathing heavy so that I can feel sorry for him. But this time, I laid in my bed and I watched him. And then he started banging on my door. Open this door. Open this damn door before I take these fucking steel-toe boots and kick this fucking door in. And I'll kick this glass in. Well, he didn't do that. But he did go into my garage. Took this box of junk that he had in his car from a job that he had. Dumped half the shit out in the floor. I heard him hawk up some spit and spit it where I don't know where he spit it at. But that's triggering for me because that's the way he hawked when he spit in my face before. That sometimes when I'm driving in my car, I break down and cry because I'll never, ever forget him spitting in my face. I'll never forget the holes that he punched in my walls. I'll never forget me fighting him one time in my house and him pushing me up against the sink and hearing my back pop. I say this to say, mothers, if you feel like you've had enough, like I have, here it is, 5:59, about to be 6 o'clock in the morning on my off day, and thank God it's my off day. When you've had enough, like I've had enough, hold on and ask God to keep you. Because that's what I'm asking. And if something happens to me, I have no desire to take my own life. I have my granddaughters to live for. I'm taking care of my mother who has dementia. I have my dog I know who loves me unconditionally. She loves me. She's loyal to me. And I'm trying to live my life. I want some peace. I deserve that. I've been through hell and back with this man, child of mine. He went to prison, and that's when I did have some peace for 3 years. And I was the only person putting money on his books. He got out of prison and told me it wasn't enough. I could have did more. Y'all, I've had enough. I claim 2026 is my year. This is my time. I reclaim my time. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm ready to fight for my peace. I'm tired. I woke up sick this morning after I did fall asleep after watching him sit in my driveway. My stomach is in knots. I'm tired. But I'm going to keep pushing. Thank you.
Give you 3 reasons. 1, she's a female. 2, she's not a boy. And 3, and most importantly, she's a girl!
Hi, Tik Tok. I wanted to get on here today to say thank you. Thank you so much for showing up and being there for me Yesterday I posted my video sharing my personal issues and story and traumatic experiences with my son. And I found out that I am not the only one. And that may sound a little cliche, but you never even think that someone else could be going through what you're going through, or maybe even a little bit worse. I want to thank you for hearing me, for seeing me, for encouraging me, because a lot of you have given me tremendous amount of hope. A lot of you have given me some tools that I can use for the rest of my days here on this earth. And I thank you for that. You are a wonderful, wonderful group of people that I have never even met. And you made me smile. Some of you made me laugh yesterday. Some of you had me in tears because we share the same story or background, or you starting to see some things. You gave me good advice. You gave me hope. You know, this life is, we don't know what's going to happen. We're living, we're going through this process, all of us. And I'm healing. And I just want to thank you all from my heart. Because, man, I did not expect all of what I got yesterday and still getting today, this morning. I'm like, what the heck is this? You know? Thank you. Thank you all for being such an amazing, amazing group of people from all walks of life, different nationalities. When it comes to pain and grief, it unites people. I found that out yesterday. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. And there's people on here that know me personally who spoke to me. A lot of them knew some of my story because when you know me personally, you know what I've been going through for years. But a lot of you didn't know to the extent of what I've been going through. I've been praying it away. I've been trying to wait it out. I've been hoping. But I had to make a move. And I'm so glad that I did. And for the people that I spoke to on a deeper personal level yesterday, who were sharing some of their personal stories with me, I meant every word that I said to you. I am here for you just as you were here for me. If you need to talk to me, we can talk. Because it's therapy. It's healing. You helped me yesterday get through a really bad day. Because everything that happened to me yesterday morning, I don't know. I was in a whole different state of mind. But I'm still always praying for my son. Praying that he get better. I love my son. I do. Despite how he feels about me and how he treats me, I have hope for him. He's an intelligent man, but he's not doing intelligent things and making wrong choices. His mental health right now is all messed up. And I know he keeps telling me he's not using any drugs, but I know better. I'm a mama. I know better. I do. You can keep saying that to me, but I know better. And I saw that you saw the video too yesterday. And some folks asked me why you didn't call the police. My son is an African-American man, and he is part Nigerian too. My son has a lot of rage in him. He does. A lot. And it's stemming from a lot of stuff from his father. They would shoot him right in front of me, and I don't want to see that. I don't. That's why I asked him to stay away from me. Because whatever he's doing to himself, I don't want to be privy to it. I don't want to see it. I don't want it around me. And that's my choice. I haven't even really looked my son in the face for a whole month because I don't want to see his face. He's been around me, but I don't look at him anymore. I can't. Not right now. But I love you. I love you. Get your life together. If not for our relationship, do it for your kids. Do it for your girls. All of them. Thank you.